And in this, some of the funny stuff is in the beginning when your loins begin to stir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Your stirring loins amused me. So when did you kind of begin to notice girls?
It was the ballroom dancing lessons.
Ah.
At my school, they had ballroom dancing lessons,
Did
and
they?
with the high school, it was fantastic.
I
and
did
the high
ballroom
Did
dancing
you?
as well, yeah.
Did you? Wasn't
Yeah.
it exciting?
I loved it.
Yes, terrific.
great
And wait,
stuff.
do you see? It's so sexy, isn't it? These days, well, you would
back.
know. You would know.
It's
You would know.
back.
It's the nice, sexy thing. And they would line up all the girls from the high school in a sort of meat rack on the other side, on the other side of the school hall. And then the woman who ran the thing, would say, "Now, come on, boys, go and choose a girl." It was the most exciting thing. So obviously I associate eroticism with the smell of floor polish. So I can do the samba, the cha-cha-cha, the polka,
can you
the
quick
foxtrot,
step?
and I can get a bra off with one hand.
I wish I'd gone to your school. They didn't teach us any of that.
They were also sitting opposite me, rather like these girls down here now, and there were two identical twins. And I chose one of the identical twins as my partner, and we fell in love. It was a really quite frightening. It's Shakespearean.
And weren't you slightly insecure that you hadn't got the best one?
Inevitably. Well, not the best one, the one who would do the most, obviously, at that
But George, you are a married man. Anniversaries abound. Because you've been married for 10 years. And
No.
No.
10 years. I have 10 kids.
Well, surely that's married for 10 years. So, but how long have you been married then?
Oh, a lot longer than 10 years.
He said, a lot longer than 10 years.
Over 20 years.
Really?
Yeah, oh, more than 20 years.
Wow. More than 20 years.
I'm trying to think, Neil.
So it's 10 years. So it's 10 years anniversary for your grill.
That's right. 10 years we've been promoting the lean, mean, fat-reducing grilling machine.
I've seen you on other shows. You love your grill.
I do so much that, look, since you're the most wonderful person in the world, you have a grill.
This is nice.
It's for you.
Should I open it now?
Yeah.
Now, did you choose this wrapping paper for me?
Is it a pink grill?
Uh-oh.
It is a pink grill! It's a pink grill!
So whenever you're in the pink, you get your pink grill.
And in fairness, you're not just... this isn't just going ka-ching for you, it's also going ka-ching for the British Heart Foundation. Well
That's
done.
right.
And you're raising £300,000.
That's right,
That's
for
an
the sake of
expensive grill.
educating you.
Yeah. Well done, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But now, getting married for 20 years, do you feel for Paul now? Because I knew that many years ago, you had money back then, didn't you?
Now, I've always had some money.
Yeah. But do you have a lot of money when you get married?
Not much. When you get married, you no longer have money, you just have a wife.
Paul McCartney's watching this show sobbing. George is right.
But you know what? If you have a wife and you make a lot of money, they deserve it. They have to put up with you.
Yeah.
There you go, yeah.
What do I know?
Really. And you know, and if to be solid with them, just give them something. You want to have a better. And then when they have a baby for you too, ugly thing you could be, give them the money. Give them the money.
Yeah, Paul, don't be so tight. In these leaked papers, it is claimed that Paul got drunk, took drugs, and stabbed her with a wine glass. And you think, surely that's just a good night out in Liverpool. Oh, all right, you're from Liverpool. You left. Now,
I don't think he's done anything like that. This is the greatest human being I've met.
do you know Paul?
Yeah, I've met him. He's a wonderful guy. The most wonderful guy you'll ever meet who's a vegetarian.
Maybe you should go and have a word with Heather Mills' lawyer. Just go,
I think Paul McCartney is a fantastic guy. I think that whole thing will go away.
Actually, it would, wouldn't it? Man Mountain shows up, yeah. OK, Heather, case isn't so strong anymore.
It is incredible, the detail in these court papers that have been leaked. Stuff that's just completely irrelevant to a divorce case. Like, you know, he said he didn't like me breastfeeding because he said they were his breasts and he didn't like milk. Who? Like, someone's going to go, oh, really? He didn't like... Oh, that's another $1 million then. That's it.
And also, the thing is, he didn't like a breastfeeding because he wanted to believe that, you know, the breasts were exclusive to him.
Yeah, he owned them.
And you didn't think, Paul, check the internet. I think lots of people have access to them. They're there.
The thing is, if somebody offered me 30 million and a house in Brighton, I'd take the money and run.
Well, she can't run, apparently. But I know... No, I didn't say that, Victoria. She can run.
Let's move on. Elaine Paige. Elaine Paige, we've made you into American rapper Rhyme Fest. It's a good look, Elaine.
I look a bit like, you know, who's the guy that goes around and, you know, winds everybody up?
Jeremy Beadle.
No. Yes, actually.
Him too. Now, this is all about David Cameron, because David Cameron's been spreading himself a bit thin this week. Today, he gave a speech appealing to the elderly voter, but just a few days ago, he was meeting American rapper Rhymefest in a bid to grab the youth vote. Now, this is the real Rhymefest, outside Parliament, keeping it cool.
Is he also a Jedi Knight? This is not the rapper you're looking for.
Now, despite a murky past and accusations of connections with drugs, David Cameron is still the Conservative leader. Cameron has claimed that listening to rap lyrics promotes violence, but then so does looking at pictures like these. You could slap that face, couldn't you? You could. You could, George, you could. He'd stick his head in the grill. Cameron met rapper Rhymefest at the House of Commons, along with other politicians and even the notorious B.I.G. Now, you know, as a performer, politicians, they like show business, politicians, don't they?
I think they do. I mean, it's theatre, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, being in Parliament.
Because you perform... Who have you performed? You performed for... Is it Ronald Reagan you performed for?
I have, yes, over at the White House. That was pretty special. And I met him afterwards, and he came up. Nancy was sort of, you know, telling him where to go and who to speak to and everything. And he came up to me and sort of nodded and looked down at me for a long time, and he said, "I've got relatives in West Sussex." I thought, oh, that's nice.
Do you think his relatives in West Sussex shout about that, though?
But what I thought was a bit worrying was that, you know, because he was, you know, he was heading towards Alzheimer's and everything like that already at the beginnings of it, and it was rather worrying to think that, you know, this is the guy, you know, that could go like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then people have to tell him what he just did. You know what you just did. Now, Elaine Paige, she's got a CD out, George. Yes.
I wouldn't hear that.
Now, rather cleverly, because Elaine's got a show on Radio 2 on a Sunday lunchtime, and she got her listeners to vote on what songs they wanted her to sing on the CD. So now they're morally bound to buy it.
Were there any surprises, though, Elaine?
There were a few, yes.
There's a lot of votes for I Got 99 Problems, but a bitch ain't one.
That's track 3.
That's track 3.
Yeah.
There are a couple of cowboy musicals that I couldn't do because I don't do cowboys.
Really? Oh, go on. You're fussier than I am. And this is out today.
It is, yes.
This very day.
So
when you go to the airport tomorrow...
I'll get a couple.
You're there, yes. But you are touring up and down the land.
I am, yes. I'm doing yo-yo all over the place. I start out next Sunday and I'm going 20 dates all over the UK.
And am I allowed to say about the
what, my Mini Winnie?
Yeah, your Mini Winnie.
Yeah.
Now, is Mini Winnie a posh expression for caravan?
Probably.
No, have you seen it yet?
Yes, yes. The man came all the way from Birmingham a couple of Sundays ago and he gave me a trial run down the A3. It was brilliant. bumping around in the back, so to speak. It's going to be a fantastic tour, this.
You've got a live